stop him. I gotta go over to this city, Bloodhaven, and
Hey, do you guys want to be on my podcast right now?
You mean like right now?
Just like keep
About
doing what you're
about
doing,
what?
but just right now. Like if I start recording right now, just this conversation, and I put it on my podcast. I mean, I'll edit it, or maybe I won't. I don't know. I just want to ask your permission first.
Okay, you don't have to ask for our consent. In Utah, you're allowed to record as long as you give yourself permission.
Right. So, but I mean,
okay.
I know those rules, but I mean, I think publishing a podcast might be a different story. But also, you're my friends, and I'm not trying to get you to um
Nick, don't
confess to
don't
crimes or
don't let him
anything.
do it.
So that
Don't
was
let
my
him.
second crime.
This is just a
I'm
test.
fine with it.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
sure.
being recorded.
Thank you, Brian. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Good to
But
know.
now that I know I'm being recorded, things are gonna get weird.
Think you're gonna get self-conscious. I might just set a timer for a half hour, and then I'll just stop recording, and then we can talk about things that we are more comfortable talking about without,
But
That's a good strategy. Tell us that you'll stop and then keep recording, and that's when the stuff gets good.
I mean, that is a good strategy, but I'm honest. I'm not going to do that. I mean, I might miss a lot of good material, but I set a timer. There's 29 minutes and 43 seconds left and counting. So
The Parker in my universe is doing anything to get the story. He will break all the rules if he has to. He's gonna get the good stuff.
well, maybe
But,
maybe not in this universe. What were you talking about, Nick? Sorry to interrupt.
so Batman's like, the Blue Beetle's crazy, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna fight him, or something like that. And like he thinks like he's got the one up, and he gets to the city, and they have like a big parade, or like a big like sign that's like "Welcome to Bloodhaven, Batman," and he's like, "What? They knew I was coming," and like it just sounds like a really good sequence. It's like this is a city that's like doing way better than Gotham because its hero is like actually investing in the city and not just beating guys up and trying to control stuff. Um, and so like this guy describes a sequence where like Batman is being chased by every emergency response vehicle in the city. So there's like flying ambulances, there's like little yellow flasher ticket giving cars following him. I'm just like, that's good. That's funny. I like that.
hmm I like the idea that Batman is jealous.
Yeah.
I also like the idea of Batman kind of being a bad guy sometimes.
Yeah. It's a
It,
good idea. Like
like Batman goes too far this time. Like it seems so natural that it would happen, honestly.
mhm. It's yeah, that's a lot of what this storyline this guy's describing is about, is where like Batman like kind of ruins his own life by like just being really controlling and like
hmm
really like stubborn and unmoving about anything, which and like it manifests in him developing multiple personalities. So he has Bruce Wayne, then he has the Batman, then he has the Dark Knight, who's like the darker Batman, and he also like is freaking out through this story because he keeps getting messages from this guy Bane. He's like,
hmm
Bane is a mastermind. He he's leaving a trail of money for me to follow, so I know where he is, and he's always gone right when I get there. And then like the big reveal in the comic is he is Bane. like
Wow.
that like he shows up to like this office Batman's expected to be at in like a stripped down Batman suit and a wrestling mask. I'm just like, oh, that's cool.
Jeez.
like oh man.
Just goes full circle. He's following his own tracks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like yeah.
Was there another story similar to that?
Maybe.
Man. I don't, it wasn't like I don't think it was like a Batman thing.
But like someone
and it's not.
was like, Bane's been dead for 12 years. Something
Yeah.
like that. But, yeah.
I don't think I'm thinking of Fight Club, but that's like for some reason on the tip of my tongue.
But,
Like it must be similar somehow.
The other thing I really like in this guy's comic idea is the Joker is like a terrorist artist who will break character occasionally. Like, and Harley Quinn joins him not because they're boyfriend girlfriend, but just because she's like, wow, this is an art project I love and believe. And like
So he's like
so in character she is the Joker's girlfriend, but that's not their actual relationship.
they're acting. They're doing theater.
Yeah.
So they're just pretending to be in a relationship for the act? Or
yeah.
That's super cool.
That is really cool.
And so like there's one where like Joker gets
It's like wrestling.
And like yeah. And
which we all like.
There's one where he's interviewed and he's like, if I can break character for just a moment, we live in a world of superheroes now. And like it can't keep escalating like this. Can you imagine someone like me with actual powers? Like that's not funny at all.
That's what Joker says?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like it's a good take. Like yeah.
I might make some popcorn. Jeez, Nick, you got me thinking about this for like the last half hour.
Popcorn?
Yeah. Nick was like giving me popcorn description ASMR.
I was sharing pop secrets with him.
I don't think I've ever been like in the mood for popcorn unless I smell it first, or I'm at a movie theater or something.
Well, that's the thing. Nick was so good at describing it that it was like I could taste it.
I'm sorry I missed it.
I was going to share my pop secret with you, but forget it.
Good reference.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, I watched, I think there was on Reddit or somewhere, someone posted the part of Arrested Development in season 4 when the narrator's talking about George Michael trying to figure out what to say about his fake app. And he's like, and his internal clock told him that 41 seconds had passed. And someone just like shows himself actually timing it with his phone and just like stopping it at the 41 second mark, like right when the narrator started talking. It's just like.
So what's
really
even
funny.
better about that is George Michael has an unfailing internal clock because of the cornballer, which George Sr. briefly sold as a machine called Baby Talk, which helps your babies develop a sense of time that will turn them into a genius.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's where he gets it from.
Soy loco por los corn pops. Corn balls.
Oh, man. Genius.
When he gets stuck in Mexico and all of the Mexican prison guards are mad at him because they all have cornballer scars.
Because they're like, wait, aren't you the cornballer guy? And
Oh
he's like,
yeah.
yes, yes, that's me. And he's like excited, and then they all show their scars. And they're just like
They
really
all show
upset.
their forearms.
That's amazing.
Oh
But another thing in this
man.
comic book story that he's pitched is is that Batman gets treatment. He gets himself sorted out. And like once he's done, he invites Joe Chill to talk to him. And Joe Chill was like a 17-year-old meth addict who like shot Bruce Wayne's parents while he was on drugs. And like
Mm.
it's been like 20 or 30 years or like he's been in jail for a long time and everyone's hated him because everyone loved the Waynes. And like he's just talking to Bruce about like how much he hates himself because of what he did. And like Bruce gives him a diner, like the one he worked in when he was growing up, like Joe Chill worked in growing up, and I'm just like, oh wow.
Wow.
That's a like that's uh that's like a hard like I feel like that's not like something you see a ton in like movies is kind of like a really like deep forgiveness kind of like I don't know. It's just like, yeah, that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's usually like just revenge or almost justified revenge or whatever. They did never
Yeah.
go in the other direction where it's just like, oh,
We love revenge. That's who we are.
Like this book I read, I probably told you guys about it already, about prison abolition, called Are Prisons Obsolete? The ending talks about these three guys in Africa who killed someone's daughter and like kind of how they resolved like like they were like they talked to the girl's parents and like were like um what we did was horrible and you lost a child and we can only like the only thing we can think of to ask for your forgiveness is to offer you like ourselves as your children or something like that.
oh, interesting.
And they worked together for a long time on just taking care of each other and like and they left like each of these guys with something in their will and like
Wow.
just like oh my gosh that's hard to do and like
You
that's a true
know,
story like
Jason Bourne apologized to a girl for killing her parents while she was a baby.
yeah
So there you have it, Nick.
so
Um,
he has to become her data
Yep, but
that's like,
she
yeah,
was Russian.
that'd be like a cool movie because that just like
yeah
they just like the whole time you just be like,
It would be like a
they're
pacifier.
yeah, except it's like they're living with the murderers of their child and
yeah
they're okay
If
or
Vin Diesel had
yeah
killed their parents.
and they're okay with it or maybe they're not okay with it but just like or this is just like they've processed it or they're I don't know yeah that's crazy
well like I think about something you said a lot Brian which is
Me?
like yeah
I don't say nothing.
you said once like uh people's lives shouldn't be ruined because of a mistake and like not saying killing someone is just a mistake because like that's really really bad but like Like it's something to think about. Is
Hmm.
like what do we do to what do we want to do to other people's lives, kind of.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Brian Stevenson, Nick?
Probably. I don't remember though.
He's have you seen or heard of Just Mercy? They made a movie about him based
Oh
on the book
yeah,
he wrote.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it
Right.
yet.
You
So
haven't watched Just Mercy? That's
No.
so good. It's so good.
I heard the book's like even better, as most books are when it comes to movies and
Like, because the
Um,
book is actually written
Harry
by him,
Potter.
yeah,
right?
the book's actually written by him, and I can't remember if this is something he says in the book or if it's just a quote from him, but basically because he talks about how because he prevented a bunch of people from he got a bunch of people off death row who didn't deserve to be there, but his it's interesting how like his stance on death row, because there's one person that he wasn't able to get off, and he watched their execution, like I think it was either lethal injection or electric chair or something, and he's just like completely anti
Death sentence.
death sentence for very good reasons. But something interesting he says about it is like when it comes to the death sentence, a lot of people, their gut question is to ask, did they deserve to die? When really we should be asking ourselves, do we deserve to kill? Like,
Oh, jeez.
if we live in a society with racism and people who are going to prison who don't deserve to be there, and if our system's corrupt, why do we think it's okay that like we have the right to punish people by death?
Yeah.
Which I think is a very good point.
It's because we're bad.
Because we're bad.
uh, oh shoot! I gotta put this thing in a bag.
What is it, weed?
You want a bag, you get a bag. For those listening, Brian, that was a joke. Brian said, "There's no weed here. This is just a figure of
Sure.
speech." So
I've never even heard of weed.
I met up with a girl last night who said I should try weed if I have bipolar 2.
interesting. Medical marijuana is legal in Utah now, isn't it? Or
It
Yeah.
is, but also
For
I
very
don't want my
specific.
parents to think I'm a complete pothead deadbeat. But maybe.
you don't want your parents to think that?
Well, you
Yeah.
don't have to tell them.
I mean, they don't have to know. I mean, except
Yeah.
unless I publish this on YouTube and then they listen
Take
to
your
it.
medicine. Take it when you need it.
And she knows, like, I'm pretty Mormon. She's like, it sounds like you're going to take that suggestion very seriously. I'm like, I don't know. I'll see how I'm doing after these other drugs. Yeah.
I mean, I have heard some very good things about marijuana, medically and otherwise.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
And otherwise.
But, yeah. So, thing is, I'm trying to keep a journal of, like, thoughts I'm having when I'm feeling really bad. And I'm trying to do the higher dosage of antidepressants. And then, I'll see how I'm feeling as I do that. And then, I'll probably talk to my therapist more about if I should just deal with it as, like, a normal depression, or as, like, because, like, I think about how, like, hyperactive or focused I get on stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, Bree talked about that as, like, a thing that might be. And, like, she feels like my mom kind of demonstrates those symptoms, too.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I don't know. I'm not, like, planning on it, but I'm also like, this could very well be real.
Yeah.
But,
Who's to say?
but smoking's really cool. So, like, if I can get away with smoking pot, like, I mean,
It is. It
Wow.
looks really cool too.
We could all get away with it. It's great.
I mean, I've been thinking. I mean, I haven't looked into it, but like, what if we all got like those fake Hollywood cigarettes? Because that's really all you need, right? I mean, they're probably more expensive, right? Since they're props.
That would.
But
Yeah.
It's still bad for you to breathe in random stuff on fire.
I mean, we're
Mm.
gonna bring it to our mouths, but we're not going to inhale, Brian. That's like maybe
I didn't
Uh,
inhale.
store it in your
I
mouth and
didn't
then
breathe
blow
it
it.
in. That's cigars.
And,
You pull it into your mouth and then you blow it out.
uh, yeah. The like the
That's why you
thing
get
I
mouth
hate about
cancer
the
from cigars.
idea of smoking pot is I'm just like, how like on brand would that be for me as the underachieving nuddle?
Well,
You know what? You know what? Even be more on brand for you, Nick. Would be edibles.
There we go.
Like not even smoking it. Just like, oh, I don't want to stink up my room. Just gonna
Just
eat these
cookies.
gummies. Yeah.
You can get medical marijuana
Eating
that doesn't
gummies.
get you high.
Yeah.
Your brand is having your edibles on your shelf sitting right next to your gummy vitamins, and
Yeah.
you take them both at the same time each morning.
Exactly.
Man,
That's what they give to kids that have like seizures treated with medical marijuana.
yeah, I've heard about
With
that.
gummy marijuana.
Yeah,
It's good for
it's a
seizures.
CBD oil. THC is the part that gets you psychoactive effects. You can grow marijuana without that part.
Have you what's the how do you say it, cannabis oil stuff?
Yeah.
Is that THC or is that something else? CBD? CBD. So
CBD.
part of MF Doom's will was to give, because he had his own CBD brand or something, and in his will it says to distribute free CBD to anyone who wants it.
Wow.
So there's like a website where you can, like, they just charge shipping and then they send you CBD.
Wow.
And I tried to sign up for it, but there was some problems because putting in my address, and there's some kind of bug or glitch, and I couldn't do it. It wouldn't let me do it. I was
MF
upset.
Doom seems
I'm
like a
sorry,
stand-up
Parker.
guy.
Yeah,
He used
I
to
love
stand
MF
up.
Doom.
He used to stand up.
Too soon, Brian. Too soon.
Forgive me.
Oof.
Yo, I can't stand right here.
I just got out of jail. Or what's that Gorillaz clip?
Oh, finally, someone let me out of my cage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How come you have nothing for the camera?
I watched that today and I'm just like, man, he came onto the stage just so ready to go. And
Yeah, he was so strong. He was so
immediately
hyped.
fell so hard.
He just got barely the
Oh.
first two lines and then immediately broke 6 ribs or however many it was.
Yeah. Oh.
Who? That was
And, like,
MF
that
Doom?
fall
No, that was
just
Del the Funky
like-
Homo Sapien.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it's very funny, but also very sad, very brutal to watch. It's just like, yeah, all the memes were like, "Finally, someone let me fall off the stage." It's like, oh, it's funny, but also very
funny,
sad because he
but,
broke ribs.
There's a German band called Rammstein, and one of their shows, their keyboardist was riding around the stage on a Segway, and he fell off and like broke his back or something.
Wow, Rammstein's crazy. Aren't they're banned in the? Are they still banned from the U.S.?
No, they're German, but they are still a band.
Yeah, I know they're German, but I heard that they
banned
did
like they
something.
can't come to the U.S.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, banned.
Oh.
I heard that they
show
did a
that was
tour in the U.S. and they got banned.
Nirvana banned the show. They argued about being banned, and he was like, "Yes, we are a band." No, we are banned.
Wait, is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was in
In
a
season 2,
Nirvana
he
band
goes
show
to the
episode.
Rivoli, and
Oh,
he's like, "We want to get on the banned list. You're on the banned list?" And he's like, "We're on the banned list."
oh yeah, I remember that. That's a good episode. We're banned.
I don't know if they're banned in the U.S. I know that they very well could be. I know that one of the things that they were known for was that people would get like heat stroke at their shows if it was indoors because of their pyrotechnics.
Oh really?
Yeah, like it was a pretty serious problem
That's pretty
at
metal.
one point, at least.
I had a friend told me that they were much more popular in the U.S. than they were in Germany because all the Germans just thought they were really weird.
Oh my gosh.
That could be. I don't know. I
I
know
just found
they do a lot of English language songs.
What'd you find, Nick?
so much lost crap.
Where'd you find
This
it?
is ridiculous. I found it behind where Garen Free's Christmas stuff was.
Cool.
Oh my gosh, this is stuff I've needed.
Oh wow! Nick? What'd you find?
I found like 4 putty knives and like these picks for like stripping like really small ornate stuff, and like this whole tarp, 2 whole tarps.
Wow!
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Wow!
Wow!
Means nothing in accountability.
That's like $30 of stuff that I've been like, man, where is that?
Good door frame.
So fun. But I like the next episode when Jay keeps trying to talk to Matt about going to the Rivoli. He's like, what'd you say? He's like, you said we're on the banned list. He's like, who said banned?
I still need to finish the third season. I think.
No, there's only
two.
2
Or two.
seasons right now.
Then it's the season 2. Then is what I need to finish.
I haven't finished season 2 either.
I have it on the drive still.
So a few months ago, Matt said things might work out for season 3. And I hope so, because I think that's what they had planned was a 3-season show.
That's
like,
good.
The ending of season 2 definitely feels like, yeah, like this story's going in a very clear direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but yeah. It sucks that suddenly Vice TV didn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a
suddenly.
thing. It just stopped existing?
Yeah, like they just went under and just we're gone.
That's too bad. Who was it that discovered Nirvana the band, the show? Of
I
our
don't know,
friend group.
someone at Vice TV. Oh, I remember Colin showing me a clip from the web series like 5 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Like when we were roommates, like he showed me Update Day from Nicky 9 Doors.
Huh.
Nicky 9 Doors. Up and down the Scarborough Bluffs.
Yeah, I need to finish that. I know I've been saying that for months, but that's a good show.
It's a little better this way.
It's a little better this way.
Now be the other guy. I'm Andy, and I put things in the way. Do it every day.
Ruins it again. So good.
They're so funny.
They're in trouble.
They're trouble, but they're funny.
All right, we got 2 minutes left on the timer. Do you have anything left to say? Closing remarks. I mean, we're gonna keep talking after this, but
Nick, quick, yeah,
any shameless plugs? Any shout outs?
shameless plugs.
I want to put this out to, like, don't forget our sponsor, smokegrass.gov, for high quality cannabis for all your cannabis enjoying needs.
For you and all your children and their cannabis needs.
Exactly.
You don't have to smoke it. There's 100 ways to get it in.
You heard it here first. 100 ways. Go to 100ways.gov to learn all the different ways to
Smoke a marijuana.
To get it in.
to get it in your body.
It's just the slogan is 100 ways to get it in you.
To get the
Good
grass.
ways to
Trademark.
get it in you in the old
Wild Wild West. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back next week or next time, or I don't know, sometime.
What day is it?
It's the 20th. It's Inauguration Day.
Yeah, but when's this going to be released? I mean, it could be a Thursday.
I could just
Saturday?
release it right now.
It could be February.